Hey, In2Picklers, Tony here, coming to you today from Clearwater. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a point breakdown in Project 4.0. In a prior video, we looked at the respect the X aspect of the shot. In this video, what we're going to focus on keeping the other team back as the return team and as a service team, not exposing your feet to attack. So let's get into it. No criticism of any of these players is intended. We're simply using a point for educational purposes, and we appreciate their efforts on the court. Helps us learn from their play. Let's go ahead and break it down. This is a fairly short point, but it illustrates several parts of the game that are important. First thing you're going to see here is a short serve. We're not going to get into that too much. Just wanted to show you that a short serve basically starts the point off, allows the returner to come forward and be closer to the no volley zone line at the time the return is hit. Next, you'll see how the return team player, the player that actually hit the return, does a good job here of keeping the servers back. The servers can't move up. And you'll see how the feet of the serving team are exposed, allowing it to be attacked by the return team and keeping them back. At the end of the video, we'll have some bonus material regarding some of the stroke mechanics and the punch volley executed by the return team. So stay tuned to the end of the video to see that. Keeping them back is a critical concept in pickleball. When you're the return team and you have control of the no volley zone, it's really important that you keep the serve team back if you can do it. In this case, what you're going to see is the third shot is high. And so what the returner does as she comes up to the no volley zone is simply hits a nice little punch volley there, and we'll talk about that a little more at the end of the video. But she hits a nice little punch volley there from the no volley zone. The servers, as you can see, have not been able to make their way up to the no volley zone, which is what their objective is in order to neutralize the point. And so the optimal shot here is simply to punch the volley and keep the servers back for as long as possible. As it turned out in this point, the punch volley actually ended up being a winner volley because it ended up hitting the feet of the serving team, ending the point. Speaking of attacking the feet, let's talk about the other aspect of this point that I think is helpful for us to look at, which is as a serving team, you want to avoid exposing your feet. So you don't want your feet to be exposed to attack by the return team. You'll see that after the serve, the serving team has come forward, and I put a circle here where you're going to see at least one of the members of the serving team's feet. You see that the serving team's feet are in the court and therefore exposed. I'll show it to you from an aerial view. So in this situation where the serving team has moved onto the court on a high ball, their feet are subject to attack or exposed to attack. If they stay behind the baseline, they're not exposed to attack, because if you attack the feet in this position, obviously the ball would be out, so you just land out, and that'd be the end of the point. What happens when you expose your feet is you allow the team at the no volley zone, the return team in this case, to basically attack the exposed feet. If you've played any pickleball at all, you know that a ball at your feet is the most difficult ball to handle. Exposing your feet allows for that type of attack. And as you can see here, that sort of attack actually ends up being a winner and ending the point. As I mentioned at the beginning, we'll do some bonus material for you in this video, and what we're going to look at is a little bit of stroke mechanics here. What I want to look at is the punch volley by the returner. What you'll see here is as the returner is moving forward, she's doing a good job of keeping her eye on the ball and tracking that ball into her paddle. She takes a very short backswing before she hits the volley. It's a really nice execution there. So it's a really nice short backswing towards the point of contact. And then she makes contact with the ball nicely. And then she does a good job of shaping that ball or guiding that ball towards the serving team player's feet to keep the serving team back, and in this case, win the point. Next time you're out there, focus on keeping them back when you're on the return side of the ball, and keeping your feet from being attacked or exposed to attack when you're on the service team. Hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe below and give it a thumbs up. That helps not only you continue receiving this sort of material, but also others being able to access this material. And that's what we're all about, which is growing the sport of pickleball and improving everybody's games. Thanks a lot for watching, and good luck out there.